mind taking your name and contact number, please?
Yeah, my name is Andrew. Hi there, mate.
Andrew, can I take your surname, please, Andrew?
I have no surname. I have that's just Andrew. And my
No problem. Can I take contact number, please, Andrew?
yeah, you got my contact number is 07495 409 168.
Can I just read that back to double check I've got that correct?
You can.
So that's 07495 409 168.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah, that's
Lovely,
it.
that's great.
07495. I'll just make sure that 07495 409 168.
That's the one, yeah. Just before we start, Andrew, can I just ask, your reason for calling today, is there any connections to Scotland at all?
There isn't, no.
No problem. Have you ever contacted Action Fraud before or registered on our website?
Yeah, I contacted yesterday, and the lady said she gave me another contact number. She said that it was the National Fraud Intelligence Bureau, but when I phoned the number, it was the National Crimes Association or something. Which wasn't the National Fraud, because when I spoke to, I've just been speaking with them, and they said that no, because when I reported when I was reporting the crime, she said that we can't, obviously she wouldn't take the report, and she forwarded, she said that you would forward it on to this other company. So I said, well, rather than me report it for you to pass it on, I would rather speak to the horse's mouth, go straight to to who it is that I'm reporting it to. And so she gave me a number, and I contacted them, but they've said they don't take the reports. They've got to come to you to report it. So hence why I'm back here now speaking to you.
Right, okay. Well, I'm sorry you didn't pass on like that, Andrew. I'll try and get to the bottom of what's going on here. So would you just be able to give me a rundown of exactly what it is you're looking to report?
Right, it's a very big crime that's involving multiple organisations. What we have the evidence and facts to back up and to substantiate what I'm stating here is that what's happened is the council are hiring the court buildings, and they're operating as the council have hired the court building, and they are operating as the court, and they are creating documents inside this building and pertaining to be the court, yet there is no record. There is no case management file. There is nothing on the computer system for the court. So what they are doing is they are counterfeiting the court's authority, and they have taken a child. They have taken a child with that. And this is the social services. Now, it goes very deep, and it's not just in this one particular case. We have many cases showing exactly the same process of what they've been doing, not just for taking children, for taking people's houses, and also with the council tax too. So, and many other things too. But what I'm saying, it's the same process. So this is very big. We have the evidence to back it up. We can substantiate everything we are saying, and we have it from the courts themselves in writing that there is no record. There is no record of the alleged case numbers that were put on the documents, and also this also goes with warrants and orders too. They're saying that they're court warrants and liability orders that have been issued by the court, and same with court orders, but these are just pieces of paper. These are just pieces of paper. They have no. The courts themselves will not put the seal on it. They will not put the court seal on it, and they will not, with a wet ink signature, sign any of these documents to say that they've authored them, because they're not from the court, and they bear no authority of the court, because the court's authority has been counterfeited by people that's working within the public services and that are doing this. Yeah.
So
And
just in a nutshell, just so I kind of understand it in a nutshell, the local council have been using a building, producing counterfeit court documents, which they then used to take, I think you mentioned property, did you say children as well?
children as well, yeah. The one that I'm helping.
When you say they take children, what do you mean by that? Could you elaborate a bit more?
Yeah, so what they've the process they've done, because just the lady that I'm actually helping right now is that this was this is an ongoing process, but it's only recently that we came up to the idea to request the case files to find out if everything was valid and authentic, to see if everything's above board, see if there was a record of everything, and hence finding out that no, there isn't. And in July, I think it was either late June or July, they created a dole's order, which is a defamation of liberty, basically, where they created an order a dole's order to take the child and put her into care. Defamation of liberty, that was it. Defamation of liberty. The order is what this order that they've created, they've created. They're saying it's come from the court. They're saying it's been issued by the court, but the court has no record of it. So this document that they're saying that they have, that is what they've used to take the girl and hide her. They've hidden her. They've taken her to Wales so that they've separated from her mother, so they can't keep her anywhere near her. And the girl is in serious danger because it's been an ongoing damage that they've been doing to the girl. Because a few years ago, that she was sexually abused in care, and she's also had other things done to her in care as well while she's been in that care. And from now, we've come across these. The fact that they've done all this underhanded, and it's all, there's no record of it, and we put them on notice under the penalty of perjury, proving the evidence. So we've put the social services, we've put the lawyer that's operating or representing the council, and we've got all the evidence from the courts. We've been to the police. We've done everything in our powers and means in the most honourable way, and just presenting the facts for them to yield and hand over, and just to admit what they've done, and allow the daughter to get back. Because even two of the people in the social services, two of the people who were actually there with her daughter, they actually signed a document when her daughter signed it saying, "I'm not going anywhere. You're not going to take me." And she put her thumbprints all over it. The girl's 14 years of age. And two of the actual people in care actually signed that document too, and they ignored all of that and took her anyway, took her phone off her. And like I was saying, what's actually going down here is that she's very thin. She's got anorexia. She's been self-damaging, and they've been giving her the tools that she's been self-damaging with, and basically, if you can imagine, they want her, she would be better out of the way, because they could just wash their hands of this whole thing. And she's in hospital. So the mum, as you can imagine, she's in bits. She's in total bits. She's been to the police. She went to the police with her bishop and the bishop's wife, who's been supporting her. She's been to the police. She's been to the courts. The courts themselves, they've been honourable. They've been honourable because she's filed her, evidence of life form. She's filed her a draft order, ordering the court to give the order to because of the evidence that we've got. All the evidence is self-evidence, to restore her with her property, bring her daughter back, set in motion the anti-fraud and anti-crimes, whatever they do, because the court's order, the court's authority's been, it's been fraud. The court's been defrauded, and to set their own, their action to capture whoever it is that's been doing this, and because the documents themselves, it's though it's from the courts, so the council have got people with inside the court. The council have got people with inside the court, and they've got people with inside the CPS as well. So what I'm saying is this it's like we call it a pyramid of terror, because they also have people working with inside the police. Now I'm guessing, but I'm pretty, I would put money on it. I'm not a gambling man, but what I'm going to say is that there is definitely a connection and bond between these people, which is more than likely going to be Freemasonry. And these secret societies are working with inside the public sector, and they're all under a separate oath. And as you know, you can't have two masters. So they're operating under their secret oath, as well as representing themselves under the public oath. But they're not under their public oath, because if there was under the public oath, then they would also be adhering to the Nolan principles, which was with honesty, integrity, and selflessness. And it's an obvious factor that none of this is selflessness, because all of the money as well that you have to understand is what that's coming from these courts cases that they're taking, and all the court fees. There's no record of any of these fees. So this money is this massive amounts of money. When you, I mean, I've searched over 20 now, and I've got other people that have done many more. We can't find any court cases that have got a public record. There's no record of it. So we're talking trillions of pounds that are being stolen from the UK. But let me stick to the one point, because her daughter's now in hospital, and I for one, knowing how they work, I can sense, putting myself in their shoes right now, the best thing is for Kelly to not be there. It's for Kelly to just to go away, to die in the hospital, and she's in the ideal place.
Yes, so I definitely want to assist you with this, Andrew. I mean, to be totally honest, something high level like this, where it's so intricate, okay, I don't have the means to personally do that report now, okay. As you rightfully alluded to at the start of the call, this is an incredibly complex and high level case, okay, with lots of different factors involved. So, with your permission, what I would like to do is, I've made various notes, is I would like to refer your contact information on to my superior, okay, and get them to take a look at it and get in touch with you to advise you of what your next steps are. Would you be happy with me doing that?
I'd be very happy with that. Yeah. Would you like some? The court? Would you like some details of the court, the name of the lady, with this particular one, or would you want to just get them to contact me?
When you say the court, are we referring to the fraudulently operating one?
The court. Well, the court itself is a court, but the case numbers that are alleged to be from that court. They know because they've had our draft order and everything, so they know about it. I mean, I'm just saying for the actual court and the court case numbers, these alleged case numbers, so that I don't know, they might want to do a check to make sure, because I mean, when actually she went to the police yesterday, and she reported it to the police, and there was a beautiful lady behind the counter, who she knew somebody in the court, and she phoned the court up. Phoned a friend up, and obviously she had access to the court computers, and she came back and said, yeah, there's no record of them. And then when she went in with another gentleman, and she explained everything to him, and he said, I'm going to go to the court. But to me, it looked like he just wanted to get the hell out of there, and I can understand that as well, because if any policeman is going to step it with the size of what, as you can understand, anybody that's going to do this is going to get themselves into a lot of danger. But I mean, the lady knows herself. She knows herself the danger. But a mother's bond with her daughter, there's nothing going to stop her. Because when you're dealing with this, I know she knows the danger that she's in, and the bishops also told her the danger that what they could now do, because they will do anything to cover something so big up. So I mean, I would be very grateful.
So I won't take the specifics such as case numbers, etc. Okay,
Yeah.
because what I'm going to do is I'm just going to write a sort of I don't want to say brief because it's hard to keep something like this so brief, but just so when my superior looks, they can just see clearly what's going on when it comes to things like case numbers, etc. Any sort of unique identifying numbers like that. We would take that from you when we come around to drawing up a potential report. But as I say, what I would like to do is I'd like to get it all passed over to my superior. They won't pick it up until tomorrow. Okay, unfortunately, it won't be this evening that they pick it up. All right.
Okay.
As my superior won't be in until 8 a.m. now. Okay.
Okay, tomorrow morning. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that'll be fine.
Yes, so they'll pick it up tomorrow. Are they okay calling you back on the number you provided me with?
Yes, this number. Yes, you contact me back on that number. Do you know what roughly what? Can you give a roughly what time that call will be?
Unfortunately not, because I'm on the night shift, you see, so I'm not entirely sure exactly what my superior has lined up for tomorrow morning. Okay. Yeah. But I rest assured that they will call you ASAP. All right.
Brilliant.
And if in the event that you did miss the call, they would attempt to call you back at a different time.
No, brilliant, brilliant. The reason I'm saying this because I mean I will also because I can get her on the Zoom meeting so that we can discuss this because well as you can imagine like I say when I was expressing it to the police we phoned up again to put this and I'm expressing the seriousness because if anything happens. We've reported, we've done everything in our possible means and as polite and as nice as possible as we can and as honourable and as humbly as we possibly can under the stress and duress that we're under and nothing, no one's there and people are not seeming to understand that if anything happens to that girl now, you could, and they're saying, oh, there's no, listen, we've got the evidence that child has been taken without the authority. Here's the evidence in black and white. Why haven't you gone down and taken her? Why haven't you gone down and made sure that she's okay? We've told you, you know that there's a report in your police station that she was abused in care. All this is on your documents. Why haven't you gone down there and looked after her? Go and make sure she's looked after, But we're not having that.
I totally understand, Andrew. As I say, I totally understand and appreciate the severity of the situation, especially when there is minors involved. I totally understand. And please leave it to me, Andrew. I am going to mark it as urgent as well, based on the severity of the situation.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I'm going to mark it as urgent. I'm going to get it sent across to my superiors. Okay, and they will pick it up ASAP, and they'll be in touch with you ASAP. Our main opening hours are 8 a.m. until 8 p.m. which is when a manager would be available to have a look at and discuss this with you. Okay, so they'll be in touch ASAP. Leave this with me. I'm going to go away and get this all sent across and written up now, Andrew. All right.
God bless you. Thank you very much, Sam. Have a nice night.
No problem. Thanks for your time, Andrew.
Thank you. Bye bye.